Hey friends, is Global Folk Dance Party is welcome to August 17th, Saturday, our 4 years and 3 months into Global Folk Dance Party time, and glad to be home. Is 2 months ago I was at June Camp, danced with you at June Camp. Last month we were all at Stockton, and now behind this is my real house, right? Becky and I are home, so that's kind of nice, and that's great. Welcome, thank you for joining us. Our Facebook friends, I'm not sure whether we're streaming yet. We seem to be having a problem, so I'm working on the Facebook thing. So Clem and Denise, if you would, tell people we're working on it. We had a problem last month. It worked. Oh, now it's streaming live. Mwah. Hello, Facebook friends. Sorry we couldn't stream our party last month to you. So with that, let's spotlight our first guest plus Tom and Cherie. Hello, Fusai. We're joined today by Fusai and Tom and Cherie. Hello, friends.
Hi.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Cherie.
Hi, Fusai. Been a while since we've seen you.
I know.
But many tours in Japan, right, Fusai?
Yes, I counted. He introduced 213 dances, and I had him 16 times at least.
Fabulous.
Tom, do you remember all 213 dances?
Well, we'll do some of them tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
So, friends, what we're going to do is whenever we have a master teacher on, we have our dance leaders. We have the master teacher doing 3 sets. And then what we'll also do is if Tom and Cherie are up dancing when one of the dance leaders are doing it, we'll also put them up for 2 views. So you'll have your options to who to watch, and we'll make this a great party. Tom and Cherie will talk about various nuggets of wisdom and trivia and information about Armenian dancing and their lives and everything associated with it. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Let's kick it off. Fusai, what's your first dance?
I'll be doing 3 dances. First one is Martakan. Second one is, I think, Tom, you should pronounce. It's hard to say. Tsaghkadz Baleri.
Very good. Tsaghkadz Baleri. Good. It's really baleni, which is the tree. Baleri is the
Cherries.
Baleri is the tree. But that's just not really.
And the third one will be Balkana Hye. So
Let's get up. We'll do Martakan.
let's start with Martakan.
you and dancing.
He said they were looking at you and following you.
Yeah. I'm going to follow you on the next one.
Good, there we go.
Okay, so next one is
Tsaghkadz Baleri, and it is choreographed. That beat is not traditional, it's a state ensemble dance.
Thank you.
you for me, Fusai. I followed you.
Oh, good. You are teaching this dance, right?
We're
He's
looking
teaching
forward-
it next month at our group.
Next month.
We'll be ready for that one, sure. But I was going to say, we did this dance with our dance ensemble at our studio, and quite a bit
Last
different.
year. Yeah, and we re-choreographed it, so that's why I got confused on the steps.
That was beautiful. That was amazing.
Thank you.
And Fusai, what's your third dance?
Next one is Balkana Hye. Tom, would you like to explain
Yeah.
something?
There's a variety of rhythms that I asked the Armenian State Folk Instrument Ensemble to put together some music for me with a variety of rhythms. And I did it with the intention of following it with my drum. I did it for that reason. It was later when I went to Japan, I think, I don't know when I taught this Fusai, but probably in 2013, 14, 15, something like that. I forgot when I taught this, but then I put the dance together. I put the dance together with set. So again, it's not traditional, but I'm very, very happy that they kept it the Japanese folk dance groups. I'm happy thanks to Fusai.
Are you going to dance it?
No.
I'm not going to dance it. I don't know it. So Fusai, you're on by yourself.
Okay. Yeah, this one is very popular in Japan. Japanese dancers loves the challenging dances. So, Balkana Hye.
Good job, Fusai.
Thank you.
Beautifully done, Fusai. Great first set is when we were reaching out for dance leaders for this with all the tours that Fusai and Tom have done in Japan, and besides being a great dancer, is supernatural. Fusai, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Fusai will be on in a little bit because she has to leave for the last half of the party. We're going to get a second hit with Fusai, and we'll also find out what's going on in her world and upcoming tours and that kind of stuff. But Tom, Shree, anything else for Fusai before we do your first set?
Yeah, I'm just very, very happy that it's the only place in the world where they're doing all the dances I know. I've taught every dance. There's some dances now. We have no recordings, but I've never taught before. But, she said 213. I know 435 dances. 125 are traditional. That means a specific melody is connected to a dance. There could be 20 tamzaras, and they're all different depending on the area. So I just want, it's called dance specific, or Meridi of Zurnee Bar, various ways of saying it. The dance is connected to that step.
So this area has its tamzara, this area has its tamzara.
That's right, named after, let's say, the region, the town, as compared to Greeks doing hasapiko. They have a whole bunch of hasapiko melodies, right?
Absolutely.
They do the hasapiko to all of them. Sirto the same way. No, we have a melody and it has its specific dance to it. So there could be 20 dances, and there are 20 different tamzaras.
Gotcha. Great information. And one of the things Cricket loves talking about at the Global Folk Dance Party is every party, a bunch of us see dances we either haven't done for the longest time or we've never seen it before, and then we all scamper out and teach them, right? So we kind of pull the dance and say, ooh, I'm going to do this, and take it on. So it's one of the great things about changing dance leaders and changing things on the Global Folk Dance Party is we get a wide variety. And when I go down to dance with Sherry, or I go to the East Coast to dance with Boel, it's not like, oh, do they know any of these? Do I know any of their dances? So this is great. Fusai, thank you very much. And then Thomas Shree, one of your first of your three sets tonight.
Okay.
We're going to do Beejo, and Beejo is in the set of dances from Sepastatsee, sister to the dance Sepo. Well, this is a different melody with a different rhythm, but it's all from Sepastatsee. Today you'll find that on the Turkish mat as Sivas, S-I-V-A-S.
Gotcha.
And those of you who have Tom CDs, there are two different versions of Beejo. And we're doing the one from the 2009 CD, just so you know.
Perfect.
Tom, you ready?
Ready.
Perfect.
We go to Vala. Vala was, steps were brought by Armenians from Beirut, Lebanon. It's in kind of the style of the Depki. And Vala, the music was written a little after I learned steps to another music. That's the story. And this goes back to intersection days, 1963, 1964. And then they moved on to the other location of the intersection. So we're talking about 60 years ago.
Woo.
Wow, yeah. Okay, Tom, are you ready?
Yes.
Joj
Now we go to the dance called Alashkert Kocharee. Alashkert is where my father's side is from. And it's a very interesting story about those Armenians left with Russian soldiers after the Persian-Russian wars of 1824-28 and moved to what Gyumri is today, the second largest city in Armenia. And this is the Kocharee from there. In 2-4, switching to a 6-8.
And is Alashkert a city or a region?
Alashkert would be pronounced in Turkey today Alashkert.
Alashkert.
Yeah, it's actually Alashkert. And it's a predominantly Kurdish population, and it's not far from the border of today's Armenia.
Is it a city or a region?
It's a city.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll do the scissors.
on the next one.
Very nice. A sneak peek of their next set.
Yes.
All right. It's, Tom, you want to say anything about that last set you did? Any additional bits of...
No, Kocharee is claimed by other countries. Kocharee comes from the word Rûch. It's a Persian word meaning goat. Rûch. And the movements are from the goat. And over the century, the shepherds have mimicked the running, the unique gait, and that's why there's a variety of Kocharee style. And you go further into Turkey, the dance name changes to Halay. So Kocharee...
Oh! Good to know.
Go ahead.
You know, let's bring up Sherry, because Sherry's on next and helped organize this whole shindig for us. Hi, Sherry.
He's doing Depki Misirlou, I think. Depki Misirlou.
Sherry, take it on. Are your lights on? Are your lights off?
When I get out there, it'll look better.
Oh, look at that! As soon as you move, it start coming on. Very nice. Oh, look at that! Sweet.
If I turn them all on, then it gets blown out.
I hear you.
So, should I just go with my set?
What is on your set? And at the end of your set, we'll talk about September with Tom, and we'll talk about Friday Night Live, and we'll talk about all great things.
Okay, so Tom can give you the background a lot better than me, but my first dance is Depki Misirlou. There's a lot of Tom's dances I've known from 1970, but this is one I just learned this year, and I really like it.
Nice.
Anything you want to say about it, Tom?
Well, it's actually, this Depki is from the Lebanese community of Detroit, Michigan. I learned some steps from over there, but the music was written later, and that's when I really introduced the dance with this music. Boompa. Always in 4/4, this particular region, 4/4, dum dum tika dum tika dum dum, and on now. Depki Misirlou, because it has some Misirlou steps to it.
Perfect.
I follow you, Sherry. We were watching you, Sherry.
You took us at Lyrids also this year, right?
This one, yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. Dale Adamson put on a good show over there. I'm very, very excited about that camp. It's a nice camp.
Boy, doesn't she? She puts on a great show all the time.
And their home. What a home. I call it the house with the 7 gables. You never see the other side of it. You go on and on. The house keeps going up. It goes around. You don't know when it ends.
Didn't you say you couldn't see her son because he was on the other side of the house?
He was far away. It's the same house.
We never saw him, yeah.
Wow.
So the second dance in my set is Vana Shoror. Tom, you want to say anything about it?
Well, Vana Shoror is a tamzara, another tamzara, ta na na na na na na, ta da da da dum tai tai yadum dum. Then it goes into that's a 9/8. Then it goes into a 5. Ta ti ta ta ti ta. And it ends with that rhythm. And it is a dance done by some amateur ensembles in Armenia when I was there, 72 to 75, at the choreographic school. And we danced this dance, and I kept it.
Okay.
Oh, you muted yourself, Sherry.
Can you hear the music?
Now we can.
Okay. All right, let me go back. All right, hold on. Here we go.
You got it.
One more time.
Neat. When is that dance from?
This dance is from the northern part of Armenia, Gyumri, approaching the Georgian border, and the area where 5/8 rhythm, which sometimes they call, not sometimes, but all the time, Gorani, Khorumi, Boom, Papa. And the Ajarian State Ensemble dances in this rhythm. Ajaria. The town is Batumi.
Thank you.
And this is one from the old days for me, like early 70s, right?
That's correct. 1972 Stockton Folk Dance Camp. Is that what it was?
Stockton or San Diego?
San Diego, I'm sorry. San Diego.
San Diego. So my third dance is Chekeen Halay. Also, for me, a newer one, a few, like north-south, 2 years ago. And
That's right. And it's also from the same town as the Beejo, the one where we swung our arms. It's the same area. It's a whole bunch of collection of dances from Sepastatsee Armenian immigrants brought to New York and to Detroit and in New England states, some of these steps are still being done by fifth generation Armenians.
Wow.
And this has that Sepo step in it a little bit, right?
That's right.
With the stamp and the
The stamp with the
turn.
heel comes up. After the stamp, the toe stays on the floor, the heel comes up.
Okay, here we go.
great, Sherry. You started the hop, step, step at the right time. Good girl.
Thank you.
What? Oh, excuse me, one moment. I have to get it. Fighting off the remnants of a cold, so my apologies. You'll see me up and down.
You know what? Me too. Don't worry about it.
Negative on COVID, right, Sherry? Negative on COVID.
Negative.
A little bit of a cough, so my apologies if you see me with something in my mouth all night. Sherry, fabulous. Well, here, Sherry, so you'll see more during the announcements, but Tom and Sheree are going to be September 20th at Friday Night Live.
Yes, and they're going to teach the word that we can't pronounce. Tsaghkadz.
Tsaghkadz means blooming Baleri cherries.
Cherries?
No, cherries.
Blossoming cherry trees.
Blossoming cherry trees, very nice. And also, Carolyn Rapkivian says her, her grandmother was from Sepastatsee.
Yes.
So we have, so very nice.
Carolyn's on here. Oh, hi, Carolyn.
Very cool. All right.
Thank
Sherry,
you.
we'll see you for another set here, and we're going to go down to Southwest United States to see Sharon Flory, who's going to do a couple non-Armenian and some Armenian dances. Hello, Sharon.
Hi. I feel very funny doing non-Armenian dances, but there are other places. So,
and you know what? I can talk about that. So a couple of things. I forgot to tell everybody, up there is the playlist. If you look up in that corner, and I think I'm pointing in the right direction, you'll see the playlist of dances on what's coming up. And while we like themes, with Tom, or when we had even Franz on, or we had Katansky or Ahmet, we always do some non-tied to themes, because we know most international folk dancers like a lot of stuff. So Sharon, it is not only allowed, it is encouraged that we spread our wings every party.
thank you. And in my second set, I do a few other Tom and Sherry dances. So my first dance is a dance that I learned from Roberto Bagnoli. It is a Romanian dance, Cântă Cucu-n in Bucovina, and I have to share my music first.
You got it.
Okay, here we go.
Munților cu creasta rară, nu lasă straja să piară. Dacă pierde straja voastră, a pierit și țara noastră. Dacă pierde straja voastră, a pierit și țara noastră.
That's the first one.
Excellently done.
Thank you. My second dance is Beltrostanoff dance, but Steve Katansky has also taught it, and Eve Moreau as well, Brestaška Râčenica from Bulgaria.
I love that dance so very much.
And I love the music. It just moves my heart.
We do that dance often enough where it stays in the repertoire and we get, 15 or 20 people up to do it. And it's the music, it's the steps, Sharon, thank you for doing that.
My pleasure. And then my next dance is a spotlight dance. And it is a tom dance. And it's Kuma Kuma. And it's a favorite. We also know it in Santa Fe as teen. And,
right.
It is a favorite in Santa Fe.
So for this, we'll leave Sharon and Tom and Cherie up on the spotlight, and we'll spotlight up to 4 other people. So turn your cameras on. Let's dance with Tom, Cherie, and Sharon with Huma Hum, and we'll chat a little bit after that.
Did I pronounce it wrong?
I probably pronounced it wrong, and I was trying to sneak it through. Tom, how should we pronounce it?
Okay, see, the way you transliterate that spelling, KH always for me is ch.
Okay.
UM is It should be translated KHUHM. Then I don't think you'll have any problem, but it's not. So it's chamchama.
Oh, chamchana. Good.
Chamchama.
And Cricket, for your pronunciation project, we now know how to say Hamkara.
Come on, don't hurt yourself.
You got it. You got it, brother.
Okay, here we go.
I want to be heard.
Well done, everybody.
That needs to be at least 2 or 3 times longer than it was.
And it should be 3 times slower. It's,
Oh,
That's my next set, sorry.
so slower on that, it should be. Tom.
oh, yeah, you can't dance heavy. If you have the faster the sound, the lighter it comes because it's too fast. Ya-da-da-dum, dum, da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-dee-dee-dum. You got to be close to the ground. You be grounded. You got to be on the floor. It can't be light. So
Well, yeah, Tom has another recording of that one too. That's a little slower.
it's a little slow, but not enough.
Thank you for that information.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's Sharon. We'll see you in a little bit.
Yep.
We have Pacific Northwest is getting drenched. Debbie's been kicked off by lightning. Kathy has had lightning hitting right outside her thing. Steve sees the storm coming in on him. So we're going to go to Debbie here while the power is there and while she's active and in the middle of a storm. So Debbie.
We will give it a try anyway. So I started doing Tom's dances way back in the 70s, and I'm going to do some of them that I remember from back then, hopefully pretty accurately. I've got a few seconds in between them. We're going to start with Garoon. It's a popular one out here in Corvallis, Oregon.
Garoon, you got it.
Oh, I better take the sound. Hang on. Share sound. There we go. Now you should hear something more and hopefully not thunder. Okay, here we go.
Alashkert Kocharee Garune, garune, garune, sirune, sirune, sirune, etko sen Sev Acherov, yar canins tu ayrumes. Garune, garune, garune, sirune, sirune, sirune, etko sen Sev Acherov, yar canins tu ayrumes. Molor vadzem Cucu-n, Molor kishet Aghcheekneroo Par Cucu-n, Etko serit molor vadzem Cucu-n, Molor kishet Aghcheekneroo Par Cucu-n, Yar canins tismine ranasirume, Ansnotnere garzumente yar guze, Yar canins tismine ranasirume, Ansnotnere garzumente yar guze. Garune, garune, garune, sirune, sirune, sirune, etko sen Sev Acherov, yar canins tu ayrumes. Garune, garune, garune, sirune, sirune, sirune, etko sen Sev Acherov, yar canins tu ayrumes. Garune, garune, garune, sirune, sirune, sirune, etko sen Sev Acherov, yar canins tu ayrumes. Garune, garune, garune, sirune, sirune, sirune, etko sen Sev Acherov, yar canins tu ayrumes.
Classic dance everywhere I go.
The next one I'm going to do is Jetili, again from the 70s. Hopefully, do the same variations. And
Watch it.
so this one is from Lebanon, I guess, correct, Tom?
That's correct. That is correct. From that series of festivals from 1960 to 68 called the Baalbek festivals, ended in 1968 with the Civil War.
Okay. And
Wow.
I probably learned them shortly after that. I want to say 71 or 72, maybe. It's been a long time. Again, a favorite that we've retaught in up at Burnaby Dancers, Burnaby, Vancouver, BC, and in Corvallis.
Wonderful.
جديلي يم الجدايل جديلي ومراحي وتهني وخلي جديلي جديلي يم الجدايل جديلي ومراحي وتهني وخلي جديلي والله يا حلو مهما جديلي بتضل المحبوب وما عنك غنى
جديلي يم الجدايل جديلي ومراحي وتهني وخلي جديلي جديلي يم الجدايل جديلي ومراحي وتهني وخلي جديلي والله يا حلو مهما جديلي بتضل المحبوب وما عنك غنى
جديلي يم الجدايل جديلي ومراحي وتهني وخلي جديلي والله يا حلو مهما جديلي بتضل المحبوب وما عنك غنى
جديلي يم الجدايل جديلي ومراحي وتهني وخلي جديلي جديلي يم الجدايل جديلي ومراحي وتهني وخلي جديلي والله يا حلو مهما جديلي بتضل المحبوب وما عنك غنى
عيونك مليحة والله مليحة بقلوب الأحباب بسهمك جريحة
عيونك مليحة والله مليحة وقلوب الأحباب بسهمك جريحة
بالداب وحب سري بكلمة صريحة عمدا عمري بحبك أنا
جديلي يم الجدايل جديلي ومراحي وتهني وخلي جديلي جديلي يم الجدايل
Good, Debbie. Very, very well done. That's the original, and I'm glad you kept it.
That was great.
Just want to say that one note, yeah, na na na na na na na na na na na na na. That note you won't find on the piano.
Really?
Yeah, because it's shortened. It's either over or above. It's sometime between C and C sharp, sometime between G and G sharp, where you can't get it on a fretted instrument. It has to be a fretless instrument. Those are called quarter tones, and sometimes they divide even from a quarter to even less, more, 8, 16. It can go to 5. And it's very, very difficult. So the famous singer Fairuz, who is singing this, has mastered over the decades, and all these people are there. But I want you to know the system of quarter tones is very, very interesting, and they call them makams, or scales.
Maka. Cool. All right, Debbie, next up is kicking it up here another notch. Oh, you're muted.
I can't hear you.
You're muted.
I shouldn't be. Am I
You're back.
unmuted?
You are back now.
Okay, let's make sure I've still got original sound and I'm still sharing sound. And
You are.
okay, so now we're gonna test real muscle memory, and I've actually even had to practice this one. And I'm gonna use a balance bar because I don't have any shoulder hold to help with. So let me get my camera switched and we will get this one going. I love this dance and used to be one of my easy ones to do. I'm thankful it's short.
Great. And one I've never seen.
Kamiyana, yana, kamin zadne cermek doşu da bana. Kamiyana, yana, arev zadne cermek doşu da sevna. Gula, gula, gula, gula, ayara sirdi saykum khas bulbula, yaras. Gula, gula, gula, gula, ak yaras, ogodana, kogorana, yaras. Kamiyana, yana, kamin zadne cermek doşu da bana. Kamiyana, yana, arev zadne cermek doşu da sevna. Gula, gula, gula, gula, ak yara sirdi saykum khas bulbula, yaras. Gula, gula, gula, gula, ay yaras, ogodana, togorana, yaras.
Hey, Opa!
Very good, Debbie.
I like the use of that pole. That's very awesome.
It works when I don't have a shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, if you learned this 52 years ago, that's pretty good. That tells you, how we're getting older and older. 52 years ago, you had to be a teenager.
I was a teenager then.
And you used to dance in Corvallis with, what was her name, Reed?
Hildred Rice.
Rice. And her sister was at a women's college in up north in Washington, state of Washington.
Up in Portland, Reed College, correct.
Pearl Atkinson.
Okay, well that's
Yes.
I used to go and teach for her all the time.
Yeah,
Right?
her sister was Pearl Atkinson.
That's Pearl Atkinson. Thank you for the old
And
computers.
And also, Tom, like you talked about in our when we were doing our practice meetings, our planning meetings, you talked about, hey, as you age and you get injuries, or whatever, you just adjust your style around to do what you can do and keep the dance going and keep it alive, right? And that's the beautiful thing about folk dance, right? From 15 to Debbie, you're not 95, but 15 to 95, you keep doing the dance, right? You just have different styling, different energy, but it excites us all the same, right?
I stay away
Didn't
from
want to
anything.
skip that one.
Oh yeah, no, we teach it the same. We teach it and we dance it, and I don't say anything. Can you jump a little higher? I just don't say it anymore.
Exactly.
Because I'm getting there too. I'm older than everybody here probably. There's nobody older than I'm 86, so I'm older than everybody here watching. I'm sure.
We'll see if let's see. Is our friend Vicky is not here? Vicky Ucho is not here, so you could have the record for this party.
Let's check that John Filsich is watching.
Let's see. Don't see him on. But Don Weta had a question, and he asked about Zurnee Bar, this dance plus a slow part.
Yeah, Joj Bar. Makarian was my dance teacher, leader of our California Armenian folklore ensemble. We're talking about 1969 and 1971, before I went to Armenia to study. And I named the dancer after him, but really, this is a dance created by Arbatov, Dr. Arbatov in Armenia, going back to the Armenian State Dance Ensemble. They used to do with the front basket hold. And they used to have a slow part, ta-da-da-ram, tam-tam, ta-da-ram, ya-da-da-ram, and you used to be able to rest your left leg. See, and then you come back to dancing it. Now it's just all the way.
Just full out. Yeah, I was waiting till the last minute to see if my left ankle would keep up with it. And I decided, well, heck, if not now, when?
Debbie, you were hysterically funny when we were doing our planning meetings. Debbie had an alternate dance, but she'd always be like, I'm going to do this. If I can't, I'm going to do this other dance. We all knew she was going to do it, right? There was not a doubt in there. Let's see. Comments in here is thank you for validating us old folks. No limited style. Who's the one who came up with a saying that kind of like, beginning dancers dance with beginning dancers, advanced dancers only dance with advanced dancers, and expert dancers dance with everybody, right? That's the thing, right? That's the thing for us. It's not limited style. We all got style, right? There's dances that, man, it kind of put me next to Ahmed, and no matter how much I practice, I'm not getting that thing going, right? Is that we all have our various styles, and it's part of our, thank you, as part of our community. And Jane says, Frank Trippy, who's here, 88. So, Tom?
Oh, that's Frank, you're older than me. Hi, Frank, how you doing, buddy? I remember you are older than me.
There we go. So with that, friends, that's Debbie said, and what I'm going to do is over there, somewhere in one of these pictures, you see my co-MC on a Global Folk Dance Party. Cricket, hello, my friend. Still down in the Bay Area?
I am still in the Bay Area. I'll be here till the end of the month. At least that's the plan at the moment. And we had rain last night, but I don't think we're getting the thunderstorms that they are in Oregon yet. Maybe they'll hit here. We'll hope not. I was talking with Ed Austin earlier today in Provo, Utah, and the thunder and lightning, the thunder was so loud I could hear it on the phone. So evidently we have thunder and lightning going on in several places around the country today. Tom and Cherie, it's just a delight to have you as part of the program today. I remember when we had you in Oregon doing one of our workshops, and we still do many of your dances.
Wonderful.
And enjoy them thoroughly. So what do we have in this next set?
Well,
are we next?
We're next, right?
You're next.
We're next. We're doing Kharpert Jurjena. Tom, you want to talk about that?
Which one?
Kharpert
Jurjena. My grandmother, my maternal grandmother, is actually grew up in Varna, Bulgaria, and after the genocide, the family moved there. Other than that, they are Kharpert Armenians. On the Turkish map, you'll find Kharpert spelled H-A-R-P-U-T, Harput. It's Kharpert, which means fortress made of rock. Hartmut has no meaning. So we have to keep those original because those are the people who brought the name and the dances at the turn of the century and all the way to 1922 to various cities in the United States, including New York, Philadelphia, Detroit, and Fresno, where I grew up. So this is one of those dances. It's called Kharpert Jurjena, and it's in the rhythm of 10/8, which is 3-2-2-3. I'm going to play the drum very quickly. So many of our dances have this rhythm, Jurjena. 3-2-2-3, 3-2-2-3. And this is what we're going to dance to right now. Kharpert, or the Jurjena from the town of Kharpert.
Got it. Yeah, sorry, forgot.
You need to share.
Yes, just a moment.
By the way, I call my wife Sherry the same way I call Sherry Cochran. I don't say Cherie. Cherie came after, and she agreed to it, so that's her business.
When I started teaching, people would see my name spelled like that, and they would just call me Cherie. So that's how I became known as Cherie with my professional. But my family called me Sherry.
And they are Slovak people. Slovak, which means, well, it used to be Czechoslovakia. Now it's divided, the Czech Republic and Slovakia. The capital of Slovakia is Bratislava. And Serbians and Slovaks almost speak each other's languages. Very, very close.
Okay, let me see if I got this right now. Tell me if you can hear it. Next is Zurnee Bar.
There's a variety of dances in the Jurjena rhythm, and I just want to point out something about arms. You see all the arms we have. Everybody watching on the program, you see all the arms. These are not embellishments. There's nothing to do with embellishment. This is what your body causes your arm to do. It should be natural. It should have evolved naturally. You know what I'm talking about? So it's the movement is much like when you walk. When you walk, you don't walk with your arm straight down. You walk with the right foot, the left arm swing, and the left foot, the right arm swing. You walk like, if you walk with your hands down beside you, down here, well then, the only reason why they do that is maybe somebody who's angry. They'll just walk like that and not move his arm. Other than that, there should be arms where the arm dictates where your arms go, where your body dictates where your arms go. Now we're going to do a dance called Zurnee Par. This is going to be from from Shirak province in the northwestern part of Armenia, near the Georgian and Azerian borders. And don't forget that whole western part of today's Armenia borders Turkey. And it is run by guards. On the Armenian side is the Russian guards, and on the Turkish side are Turkish soldiers. But we've gone into Turkey so many times just by paying the guard off to go to festivals. I just want you to know that. They just turn their faces and allow us to do it. So,
Tom, are you skipping Moosh-Sasoon?
Are we going to do that first?
Oh, is that next?
Okay, whatever's next.
Yeah, it's already pasted in the chat.
Okay,
Okay, I somehow left it off our list, so I'll put it on now. Just a minute. That was.
This is the bowing where the people Yeah, it's in the family of dances of Loorke. In that family of dances, still done by Fresno Armenians even into the 5th generation.
Okay. Ready?
Gelo gelo vay gelo vay mashukar yes makharvazin ka sad jaye jaye lo jana jaye jaye lo gelo gelo vay mashukar yes makharvazin ka sad jaye jaye lo jana jaye jaye lo gelo vay mashukar yes makharvazin ka sad jaye jaye lo jana jaye jaye lo gelo gelo vay mashukar yes makharvazin ka sad jaye jaye lo jana jaye jaye lo
I think
Moosh
every, I
and
think every,
Tsaghkadz are two different regions, separate regions. Go on ahead.
well, I was just going to say, I think every culture has their dances that start out slow and you think you've got this, and then all of a sudden they break loose. That was a fun dance.
Okay, I think we got more. One more, right?
You
Zurnee
do?
Bar.
Let's go
Zurnee
now.
Bar. Okay. So you already talked about that one.
Yeah, so we'll just do it.
Okay.
This is the dance of the Zurnee instrument, Zurnee. Paradon means festival. Zurnee Paradon Par.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah. Bravo.
Great dances.
Okay.
Great dances. Thank you. Another wonderful set.
Okay.
And now we're going to move back to Fusai.
Shilling. Daroni. Ooh.
Fusai, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you, Cricket?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Finally recovering from Stockton. You know, it's after 2 weeks, you sort of, your
Right.
energy level is gone.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So, what do you have for us in this set?
I'll be dancing Daroni, Yerker, Yev, Barer, and Aghcheekneroo Par.
Goodness.
So,
Sounds great. was some fancy footwork.
You know, that dance was done by the State Dance Ensemble. That was 1972 when they presented this choreography. Gorani, part of the Danori, has a lot of rocking motion, mimicking the streams to bring fertile
Fertility.
to the growth, to the pastures. So that's really what this means. Gorani, from Goran, the movement of the water along these little canals. It's lost its meaning, but things have changed. There are even probably some stories I don't know about, but that's what that is.
Oh, that was really, as I say, very fancy footwork. I'm impressed.
Tom, can you, so why did the name change?
The name change?
From Azgakrakan?
Azgakrakan.
Azgakrakan means ethnic dances from this region. Daroni is the region, Daron. Daron makes up, you're going to have to look at the Turkish map now, makes up Moosh, makes some small little villages. It's an area, Daron, not far from Lake Van. And this rhythm is very popular. Now, when the dance moved on to Armenia, the Armenian idea of dances, they don't have a lot of things. Their dialect's different. Their dialects is different. And their accents on music, their 6/8 rhythms, their polyphonic music. Don't forget, this was music that was monophonic. And then they added all kinds of flavor to it. And that's why, like that Bulgarian dance that was danced earlier, you know, the Bulgarians are famous for making chords for every note. Every note has a chord. And that's why it's so beautiful to our ears. And the same with this. They've taken folk instruments and they're able to make chords to it so much different than the original. And that's a lot of what my orchestra does. We have a keyboard, we have a guitarist. This was unfounded. This was not found in the original music. So now it's definitely polyphonic.
Very interesting. Thank you for asking that, Sherry.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for asking so I could answer it, Sherry.
So Fusai, you have one more dance?
Yes, Aghcheekneroo Par. This is Tom and Sherry's choreography. It's Tom's choreography, right?
My choreography from one of my assignments at the choreographic school, 1973, where I had to do this, teach the women, and then I was, of course, graded for that. Don't forget, that's a choreographic school. They want you to be able to put dances to the stage and make them very exciting to the audience. And that's what I wanted to do. I just don't like how they've changed. They've changed the steps. And you don't change your traditional dance. You put it on stage, but don't change anything. This has definitely changed. You want to leave it?
That was gorgeous.
This music was written by the same person who wrote the Cherry Tree music.
Are the arm movements symbolic of anything in particular? I mean, they're beautiful and graceful, but I just wondered, are they symbolic of anything?
Good question. This is the dance of the spinning wheel. We really call it Tsaghkadz. Tsaghkadz, dance of the spinning wheel. All the motions, the spinning wheel is going around, pulling the thread. That's it. And that's what the choreography does. And they write that in the dance description, and people, foreigners, most people who watch the state ensemble, they come during the summer tourist season and they go to all the concerts. And the music is very polyphonic. You hear. He's very good at coordinating. But just like I pointed out to the example of the Bulgarian. And so those days of monophonic are over. I mean, I don't play monophonic. Monophonic would be me playing drum with a clarinet player. There's no string instrument. He's just playing melody line. That's the whole thing.
Or Zurnee.
Zurnee, the same thing. Zurnee Davul, there's nothing. It's true monophonic.
That's village dancing.
So some of those things you can kind of point out. I point it out all the time when I teach, and then they hear that. Because, international folk dancers do international dances, all kinds of dances. I wanted to point out our idea of music. But I remember going back to 1943. That's when I started, 1943, during World War II. I was 5 years old, and I learned a lot of dances from immigrants. Then they went to the front, they went to the war, the women stayed, they continued to teach. And that happened for me from 1943 to 48. Where I learned a lot of dances. The dancers are all gone. Their children are gone. Their grandchildren are gone. The fourth generation is still around, but they could care less. So that's what I'm faced with.
Wow. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Fasai. That was beautifully done and some great choices.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I'm glad Tom and Sherry are dancing because I made that mistake and you didn't see it, right?
Or I saw it and I thought I forgot something.
We would never have noticed. It was beautiful. Thank you, Fasai. It's always a delight when you're able to come join us.
Thank you.
As far as I'm concerned, there's nobody of the international teachers and those teachers who bring other teachers to their countries. I don't know anybody who can match what she does with all her teachers. She keeps all the dances. Those teachers are not going to live forever. She's not getting younger either. But she's 14.
Of course she is. Just watch her.
But anyway, that's what I do. That's why we have the dance studio. I'm happy with the dance studio. I'm taking ballet 4 times a week, and I lift weights. So I have enough to do documentation. But I don't have the jumps and the power that I used to have 60 years ago.
None of us do, but Fasai is wonderful. Thank you. And now our next dance leader is Diane, so we're back off to the LA area. Hi, Diane.
Hello, hello. And our next dance is Medax Tashginag, which is the silk handkerchief dance. It's a pinky hold. You need your silk handkerchiefs. One of mine is silk, this one's not. But
Diane?
This one is love.
Diane?
Yes?
Can you turn the volume on your microphone up a little? Your music was wonderful, but your microphone is a little bit low.
I can. Okay, how's this?
That's better.
No,
more even?
You may have to talk a little louder.
Okay, I can do that. Let's see this. Okay, are we better now?
That's better. And talk a little louder and that'll be perfect.
Okay, I guess we should have tested that. Okay, silk handkerchief, pinky hold. And Tom learned this in Fresno. The dance was brought by Armenian immigrants from Yeringa, which is now in Western Turkey. And before we start, I want to say something. When Tom taught it, he said, no double bounces, which I thought was like his moosh dance, double like that. But what he meant was, don't do down and rebound. You just go sink and float. So if you do it like sink and float, you will be correct.
Thank you for pointing that out, Debbie.
Debbie.
Well, I didn't get it the first time you got it. Okay, now I hope I didn't make the music too loud. We'll see.
If you did, we'll just turn on. Perfect.
Medax Tashginag Kishe Tsoreges Kosiro Gamasha Kishe Tsoreges Kosiro Gamasha Aghcheekneroo Kerdze Satshalayi Aghcheekneroo Kerdze Satshalayi Kishe Tsoregit Kasakha Gabayi Kishe Tsoregit Kasakha Gabayi Veceraj Rado Veceraj Sirde sidrec kodreci ruheracat Sirde sidrec kodreci ruheracat Amena deniz kezgahişem Amena deniz kezgahişem Sirdes korena kuba kılgıkaşem Sirdes korena kuba kılgıkaşem Tashginag Medax Tashginag Kishe Tsoreges Kosiro Gamasha Kishe Tsoreges Kosiro Gamasha Aghcheekneroo Kerdze Satshalayi Aghcheekneroo Kerdze Satshalayi Kishe Tsoregit Kasakha Gabayi Kishe Tsoregit Kasakha Gabayi
Very nice. Nicely done. Excuse me.
Okay, now we're going to leave Armenia for a few minutes and go to Greece. This was taught in Stockton by Kyriakos, and he taught it as if going to the beach, even though the dance was actually brought by immigrants who were relocated from Bulgaria to an island in Greece. The way he taught it, you will never forget the dance. So I'm going to just show you quickly. Going to the beach, you need your sunglasses. You need your beach towel, your sunscreen. So we're so happy. We're going to the beach. We're going to the beach. Oh boy, we're going to the beach. Oh no, I'm worried. I forgot something. My bathing suit. Should I go back in the beach or should I go get my bathing suit? It's Greece. Who needs a bathing suit? So now you will never forget how to do the dance.
Beautifully done.
Okay, come on. We're going to the beach. Should I go back? Should I go to the beach? I'll go to the beach.
needs a bathing suit anyway?
Who needs a bathing suit? Okay, we're time for all of you to dance. It's a spotlight dance. And we are doing one of Tom's dances, Guniga. He learned this in LA when he was going to dances at the Armenian Youth Organization. Maybe he will talk a little bit about that. It's part of the Armenian diaspora tradition in the US.
Yeah, the Armenian youth used to make the second, third generation Armenians, we're talking about the 1950s, used to create dances where they would perform the dances at predetermined area of California, whether it was San Francisco, Fresno, Los Angeles, and San Diego, and they would give a medal or a trophy away to the best dance. That this year, around 1953, this dance won it.
Very good. And before you turn on the music, Diane, I want to remind everybody that a spotlight dance means that we'd like to see all of you up dancing. And this is an easy dance that if you don't know it, you can easily follow it. So turn on your video and let us see all of you up dancing.
Okay, it's a left foot dance. So get your left foot ready. And Tom, I hope I have the version of music where you are singing. I listened and I wasn't quite sure.
Does it sound bad?
Աշկարկ նիսկի սպեն, այսպես է գնեգը, աշկարկ նիսկի սպեն, այսպես է գնեգը, մարդոս կլոխուն միշպատու հազբատեջ գնեգը, մարդոս կլոխուն միշպատու հազբատեջ գնեգը, alman գնեգը, գնեգը, այսպես է գնեգը, գնեգը, գնեգը, այսպես է գնեգը, մարդոս կլոխուն միշպատու հազբատեջ գնեգը, մարդոս կլոխուն միշպատու հազբատեջ գնեգը, Gana hamar heç, akvas turchiga. Gana hamar heç, akvas turchiga. Amin turne mek panali uni gniga. Amin turne mek panali uni gniga. Alman gniga, gniga, ais pas gniga. Gniga, gniga, ais pas gniga. Martos klochun mishpadu hazbadej gniga. Martos klochun mishpadu hazbadej gniga. Inga sadana, otsi shabigov. Inga sadana, otsi shabigov. Kheojatam khunzro khapes yavagniga. Kheojatam khunzro khapes yavagniga. Alman gniga, gniga, ais pas gniga. Gniga, gniga, ais pas gniga. Martos klochun mishpadu hazbadej gniga. Martos klochun mishpadu hazbadej gniga.
Very nice. It was great seeing everybody up there dancing. Thank you all. And Adoni, now I think you have announcements to do.
We got announcements, my friend. Let me adjust my screen here real quick. There we go. As always, thank you for joining us, right? Party's not a party without you. It is just warms our heart to dance with all of you, right? It's a pleasure. It's a special night. We'll talk about Tom and Tree in a moment, but everyone's just special hanging out with, the extended family we all have since COVID started, right? We're dancing in person and we're dancing online. That is just terrific. Speaking of dancing, don't forget Chicago, Paul Collins and friends. After this, Paul's going to carry on till the wee hours of the morning, Chicago time, and the Europeans are going to wake up and join him.
Oh, no, I can't do it now. Sorry.
Oh, what do you need, Cherie? Oh, good. You're good. No worries. And feel free to unmute and just say stuff on anything that's happening. Also, tell us about your event. We put up slides and we announce events, we announce parties, and we do stuff, and we're never quite sure how much people like them or not. Well, it turns out at Stockton, two different people one came up to me and one came up to, I think it may have been Cricket, came up and said, by the way, Ellie, I only found out about Stockton because of the announcement on the Global Folk Dance Party. So it's nice for sharing. So if you don't want to email us a flyer to put up here, feel free to always paste in chat what's going on in your area, for local dancers, for people traveling around, for events you're having. More than happy to go. I used to say, rising tide raises all boats, right? Floats all boats. And with that, Cavalcade of Stars is this month. A bunch of people out, a bunch of people at Balkan Camp, a bunch of people, Lon and Hollis, are traveling. So we've got the great Alicia is here taking photography, is Clem and Denise are on Facebook, Dale's out, is Holly is in Balkan Camp, is Leslie's out, Lisa it may be watching in here, she does all the typing beforehand, is Murray and Randy are out and be back next month. Roberto is somewhere traveling as always. And we've got a great team and a special round of applause for our 5 guests tonight. So Tom and Cherie, thank you very, very much. Fusai, as always, marvelous. And as always, Sherry and Diane, it's just a pleasure having people on the Global Folk Dance Party. And with that, I want to give a bonus thanks is Eileen Hugg is joining us officially. Eileen's been filling in for tech here and there for us, the same way Sharon filled in for tech with us for a while. So Eileen is now on. You'll see her regularly as a tech, and she's been the one who's been spotlighting Tom while we're doing his dances. So, Sherry, you've got a couple things happening. It's September 20th, big night in studio. Tom and Cherie, you guys can all unmute and talk about it a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you want to say something about this or?
Absolutely. You know what? I'd love you to say something about this, plus to say something about you do weekly classes. You went to Lyridge last year. Where are you going this next year? Where can people see you?
We're going to be doing a lot of stuff in the Armenian community, and especially libraries.
Ooh.
So that's where I've been teaching. And by the way, there's no charge. So the city is putting up the funds, and we're going to be teaching at a variety of libraries. One of them is Central Library, and then there'll be an 8-week course, and we'll do it once a month, and it's for an hour and a half. And so I think this is a jump at it because it's free. And so you do the thing I've always wanted to do is mix the international folk dance community to the Armenian community. So you dance together. They won't do international dance, they'll do only Armenian. I can't even do Lebanese. So it has to be all Armenian, but that's good. So join us on those things. Who knows what else, because we're still looking for Australia. We're still looking for some Armenian communities in Western Europe. And of course, trip to Armenia, whether it goes with tourists or just Sherry and I go, but there's still a lot of work to do. And they are, my name is pretty good now. It used to, 40 years ago, it was not good. They didn't care. They didn't care about it. Now they care about it because they know that I know original Armenian dance. So it took my age to change those things. When you get older, they respect you more. And so that's the way it is. And so people dance with me. Yeah,
that's interesting. I didn't mean to laugh, but it's like, you're like a legend when you say, oh, people 40 years ago didn't respect you. You've been a legend since I first started folk dancing, all that stuff. The three of us have never met. I'm looking forward to meeting you to someplace, right? But yeah, Tom, when you say, oh yeah, they didn't respect you back then, man, you are legendary.
Yeah, those are good years how I built it up. But when you become legendary, you also build enemies. So you know that's the whole thing. Right now, I'm low key, not as dogmatic, not jumping up and down the walls. And those 125 traditional dances from the variety of regions and towns and villages, we have to do that. So I'm working with Hushamadian documentarians. Their offices are in Paris, not Paris, but in Munich, Germany, and we have a team of people who work with me across the country, and we're doing that now. So look for that. And then if we do a documentary in Los Angeles, we'll do it in the form of a picnic, a gathering, and they'll film the gathering, and I'll teach them all dance. I'll teach people that, and it's there's no charge. So the whole thing is to see. I'm very, very lucky because the city has money to pay you for cultural events. They're very strong on cultural events.
Wow. That's great. Great. Sheree, anything to add in? Do they keep track of things on your website? How do they keep track of when things are happening?
Yeah, they should go to bozigian.com and look on the events page, because that's where we post all the upcoming events. Like we had today's Zoom on there. And we have a nice email list that we send to all our followers as well. But yeah, anything like Sherry's workshop, I haven't posted it yet, but it's going to be up there shortly.
Sherry Cochran, excuse me for interrupting, is really my representative to the international folk dance community. Maybe that'll change. Things have already changed from the camp we did with Dale Adamson, because there were a group of people from Seattle, Washington. Now they want to have a weekend in Seattle. So that was something to do with the fact that we taught there. But I believe that you should really be in contact with Sherry Cochran and what she's done with Zoom, along with Andoni. Boy, I'll tell you something. This is fantastic. You don't have to go travel thousands of miles. Just sit in the comfort of your home and do the Zoom together.
And the nice thing is, Sherry will say, right, is that it makes us want to travel thousands of miles, right? I started going to World Camp with Ahmed because it's like, ooh, I get to meet Ricky, I get to meet Holly, right? It's that Sherry and I only met a year and a half ago, right? So it's like we get to meet Franklin Houston in Texas, right? Is that the Chicago gang, right? Is that it's great to have multiple options, and this makes us a happier community. Speaking of Friday Night Live, Sherry, you do it every Friday.
Yeah, every Friday on Zoom and in the studio.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, a couple other things happening is we have coming up is Balkana Hye, August 30th, September 2nd, is Michael Ginsberg and Tanya Dimitrov, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Evening parties with bands and families welcome, restaurant@balkanahye.org. And we're pasting all these in chat too, is the ever hard-working Murray and Randy and Joni, I think, works on this. Is this the one that Joni works on, or IFC, Sherry?
Joni works on Fall Camp.
Fall Camp, okay. So Murray and Randy.
She works on IFC, yeah.
And works on IFC. Murray and Randy bust their butts. Circle Lodge in New York, Hudson Valley. Great team up of Lee and Erica is coming up September 13th through the 15th. So reservations, go check it out. Then swinging back to the West Coast, we have Fall Camp with Ira and Gensi. And Ira is another person I've never met yet. So I'm hoping to free up the schedule to see Ira. Ira I've danced with for years and never met him. So Fall Camp, you get a chance to dance with him in person. And then up in San Francisco, Kolo Festival is moving back to the Russian Center with Sonia Christian, Anna Angelova, Michael Ginsberg, John Morovich, and Yanis Konstantinou from Greece coming out. It's 2 days this year, jam-packed 2 days instead of 4 days spread out. So you will get your money's worth at the Russian Center. There's, 3 to 35 different rooms in that place. There's going to be stuff happening everywhere. Cricket, Edifo is April in Portland.
Absolutely going to be in Portland, Oregon this year. Save the date. We have some really exciting people that we're talking to about coming up and being a part of it. We haven't done all the final negotiations, so we're not announcing who yet, but we have some great things that are coming up. I think we're going to be working with some of the Japanese community. It looks like maybe some oban dancing and a craft of doing brush calligraphy, and so just lots and lots of different kinds of things going on. So really exciting. So keep your ears open and check out our website. There will be things posted coming up as they change.
And two more announcements is last year, this time, we celebrated Sunny Blowland. If you remember last year, we did Sunny's dances, and we sent the video to Sunny. This August 20th, is Sunny's birthday. So happy birthday to Sunny, right? Is that it's been a year already since we featured Sunny at the Global Folk Dance Party. So happy birthday to Sunny. And consequently with that, Stockton is releasing, I think most of you know, if not, we'll paste it in chat. We release an archive or two every month. We're going through our videotapes every month, 1 or 2 dance videos from a teacher. This month we took Sunny's 1977 dances and Barry Glass's 1992 dances. So they are on there. We're pasting the link in there. Check it out. There's 180 videos so far. There's 35 archives. All the winter weekends are there. If it's Stockton related, we're releasing it. It's there. And then finally, our party next month is noises and things. We were talking about what to do. We're going to do noises and things. So dances with claps, stamps, getting your spoons, bring your scarf, that thing that I can never do, shouts, sticks, whistles, poi balls, brooms, candles, bells. If it has a noise in it, or you use a thing like Sherry, Debbie could have used it with a pole, that would count. So next month is going to be a rip-roaring party, and because there's a broom and there's a time for the witches dance, Stacy Rose is going to be one of our dance leaders. So looking forward to noises and things next month right here, September 21st, the third Saturday of September. And that's it. Thanks for coming to our party.
One thing I'll say about our themes is that we've really made people stop and listen to their dance music. To identify animal sounds, to identify noises.
Checking the lyrics to see if there's food related in them. You name it, it's there. So thank you all. Let's get back to dancing. Cricket, back to the MCing.
And we're going to go back to Sherry now. Sherry Cochran, there you are. And you have another set for us, and I loved your last set, so what are you doing this time?
I'm trying to get this thing off my screen. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start off with one of Tom's Lebanese dances from the old days, one of our favorites, Ali Ali.
Yeah.
You going to dance with me, Tom?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, always.
Okay.
علي علي طيروا علي علي فرسوا قمر التلي على عنقود عيد الغلي علي علي علي طيروا علي علي فرسوا قمر التلي على عنقود عيد الغلي علي علي بلد مروج والهوى تجرح عم بتموج علي علي بلد مروج والهوى تجرح عم بتموج سبقتنا قصتنا وانسدل
Nice dance. Lots of fun.
Thank you. So for my next dance, I'm going to do Loorke, and Tom has recently clarified that this should be Vana Loorke.
Yeah, it's from Van. Am I on, Sherry?
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Oh, we are
So,
on. Okay,
so
very good.
there's more than one, right?
There's more than one. I know 5 of them. I know 8 of them, and they all come from different cities or villages or areas.
Okay.
Loorke comes from Loree, which means to rock. They do that rocking, and that's common in all the Loorkes I know. Comes from the Armenian word Loree, which means to rock.
Okay.
Loorke, schatone ma Loorke, hai Loorke, schatone ma Loorke, shuma murra pur bekin, schatone ma Loorke, shuma murra pur bekin, vai schatone ma Loorke. Ha ha, hey hey hey. Loorke, schatone ma Loorke, Sirun Aghcheek shad misharje, hai Loorke, schatone ma Loorke, Sirun Aghcheek shad misharje, haro Loorke, ha ha, hey hey. Loorke, schatone ma Loorke, schatone ma Loorke, shuma murra appur bekin, schatone ma Loorke, shuma murra appur bekin, schatone ma Loorke.
Fun dance.
Very fun dance. And that one is definitely Tom singing, yes?
Definitely.
Definitely. So this last one, my last dance, is Sheikhani. And this is the Armenian Sheikhani. And this is like every Sheikhani, right? We have
2 from
all of these.
One from Chicago. Okay.
So we have
Chicago, Khaldani, Los Angeles version, and the Tehran. The Los Angeles version of the Sheikhani is the popular Assyrian. You cannot give enough credit to the Assyrians for this is their national dance, Sheikhan. Sheikhan means prince. Armenian, the same thing we say is Ishkhan. Ishkhan is Armenian, Sheikhan is Assyrian, and it means prince. It's the prince's dance, but my God, so many things have happened. Even where Frank Trippy is, up there in Turlock, California, that's the main region of Assyrians. And they're all Armenian Assyrian because they speak Armenian. They speak Armenian and Assyrian, but they are Assyrian by bloodline. You have to take a trip over there sometime because they have their festivals.
Tom, do you want to call it?
No, you call it.
All right. So I'll just raise my hand and we'll take them in order.
Very nice. Great set, Sherry.
Sorry about that.
Gonna do it all over again. If you like it, what is it? Don't put off till tomorrow, which you can do today. If you like it today, you can do it again tomorrow.
I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Wonderful set. And as always, we love it when you're on as a guest leader here at Global Folk Dance Party, and I hope we'll see you again soon. And thank you for all of the work you've done in putting this together with Tom and Cherie and Diane and Fusai and everybody. It's just wonderful.
Absolutely a pleasure.
And speaking of which, we're now going to go over next door to you, so to speak, and see Diane.
Hello, hello. So
see, we all think that everybody who lives in Los Angeles is close to each other.
Well,
couldn't be farther than the truth. At least you're closer than the rest of us.
Diane, closer than being in Armenia.
Diane, how long does it take you to get to my session on Friday nights?
Okay, I leave my house at 6:30, but we never know about traffic.
So an hour and a half.
Sometimes we get there early, and sometimes we don't.
And what time is on time?
Well,
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
So an hour and a half is what you allow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Driving a long distance.
It's worth it, Cricket.
Well, it's funny. It's an interesting mindset because when I'm here in the Bay Area, it's practically an hour to go almost anywhere. I get back to Portland and somebody says something's going on in Salem, which is about a half hour to 45-minute drive. And the response is, I'm not going to drive all the way to Salem. It's a different mindset. It's a different mindset totally. Okay, speaking of mindsets, how about a foot set? What are you going to do for your next set of dances?
So I am going to do a Serbian dance that was introduced by Bata the first time he came to Stockton, and Bata will be at Stockton in 2025. So I recommend that you reserve your space. Before I start, though, I wanted to update Tom. I was at the Filsich Fest last weekend. John is alive and kicking. We waltzed together. He taught dances. He led dances. It was so much fun. Okay, onward with a Serbian dance. Oh, this has 3 figures. The leader can choose when to do them, and I have no pattern. I have no idea when I'm going to change. You just follow the leader. to double bounces, Tom.
That's a dance I don't know, and I like that.
I love the liveliness. Okay, we're changing the feeling. Going to Bulgaria, where Ileana was the teacher in 2023 with Todor. So this is an authentic dance. It was researched by Mikko Ivanov, but the music for this dance in 2023 on the Hope album is a new melody with old steps. And once a year, relatives who have died during the year are honored by doing the dance starting to the left. So that's how Ileana taught it. It has 3 figures. The first figure is done 4 times. I keep track with my fingers because by the time the music tells me it is too late, I'm behind.
Very nice. And you
I
have
love
one more.
Bulgarian dance. And the last one, a very happy dance. It's a Serbian song, but the steps were arranged by Ben Koopmanship, and it was taught by Roberto Stockton Camp, 2011. We love Roberto's dances. You can sing along.
Više volim tebe mladu, nek Beograd da mi dadu. Više volim tvoje lice, nego Čačak i Užice. Joj Rado, joj Radmila, šta si sa mnom učinila? Joj, oči, oči, oči, oče srce da iskoči. Joj Rado, joj Radmila, šta si sa mnom učinila? Joj, oči, oči, oči, oče srce da iskoči. Više volim tvoje kose, nego vile zlato kose. Volim tvoje oči vrane, nego jutro da mi svane. Joj Rado, joj Radmila, šta si sa mnom učinila? Joj, oči, oči, oči, oče srce da iskoči. Joj Rado, joj Radmila, šta si sa mnom učinila? Joj, oči, oči, oči, oče srce da iskoči. Više volim pesme tvoje, nek dukate da mi broje. Volim tvoje igre lude, nego carstvo da mi nude. Joj Rado, joj Radmila, šta si sa mnom učinila? Joj, oči, oči, oči, oče srce da iskoči. Joj Rado, joj Radmila, šta si sa mnom učinila? Joj, oči, oči, oči, oče srce da iskoči.
You're right, Diane. Happy music.
Happy, happy for a hot August day. We need lively, happy music. Thank you, Cricket. Thanks for all you do.
Oh, well, thank you. And some wonderful sets. Again, it's always wonderful having you as a dance leader. And I hope we'll have you back again sometime soon.
Okay.
And
Off to
take
the next.
care. And now, Kathy, if you'd like to bring Adoni back up, we're ready to change over MCs again.
There we go, Cricket. Super well done. As always, pleasure working with you and everybody else, right?
Always a pleasure. So how's life going with you these days?
Going good. Is kind of, you're right, post-Stockton sort of calming down and kind of passing it out and fighting off a little bit of a cold, but that is tiny. It is big, right? So all good. Is cats are eating like, like more than anybody else, and things are swell.
So how are the cats doing? Everybody's in good health?
They're doing well. I didn't post it anywhere. To Debbie Downer for a moment. We lost Bernie a few weeks ago she went in 2 weeks. July 3rd was.
I knew she was doing poorly. I'm sorry to hear that she didn't make it.
July 3rd, she was her normal velvet-covered bowling ball. And then 2 weeks later, some tumor, right? Bless them. But we've got the big three, but the three we have left are far quieter than the two that we've lost this year. They was like 30 cats worth of noise, 20 cats worth of noise when Buffy died, 3 cats worth of noise. The cats are like, meow. Right, so, but going good. We're all handling it well. It's got stuff laying around about her and stuff. So thank you, Cricket. Thank you for asking.
Well, you know what will happen now? One of these days, some cat will wander up on your doorstep, and you'll have 4 cats, and it will be the noisiest cat you've ever had.
Someone showed us pictures of a couple little black and white and one black one. They're up for adoption. We're like, no, they will find us. As for you don't know, Becky and I together have had about 16 cats, and we have never gone out and said we would like a cat. They show up in the backyard. The last one we caught at the 7-Eleven. They just, is sucker, like the old hobo things. There's probably a big S. The cat's right on our curb that say free food here.
They show up in the parking lot at the dance venue,
While I'm getting ready to dance with you, right? And we dump you. I dumped Cricket to go get the blonde cat that we had. So Cricket was like, bye.
I've been dumped for a cat.
Well, with that, Cricket, let's go say hi to Milo's mom.
Sounds good.
Sharon.
See you later.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi. Yes, Milo was around before. I don't know where he is now. I'm so sorry to hear about your kitty.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for the comments. Is purrs and meows back to all of your little ones. And hello to your little ones who aren't cats, but I don't know very much about that. So.
And just before Sharon gets started, a reminder that before we're done, we need to introduce people to Edward.
Edgar, I think.
Edgar?
I think it's Edgar.
Who's Edgar?
Either way, we need to make that introduction before we're done tonight.
It's Edgar. Yeah.
Edgar, you're right. We get ready. Ooh, get ready to meet Edgar.
Okay. I look forward to it.
Perfect. Sharon, what are you dancing for us for your next set?
Okay, so I'm going to apologize to Tom and Sherry ahead of time because my pronunciations may be wrong. But I'm starting out with Ambee Dageets.
Very good. That means under the clouds. Ambee Dageets means under the clouds.
Beautiful dance. Followed by the first Armenian Misirlou that I learned. I see there are many of them. Sherry helped me with the name of the music. I never knew it before last week. It's Inch Emanai. It's beautiful. And I want to ask you before I start it, the way we do it is that the leader calls when you change from part one to part two. Is that?
Yeah, no, that's very good. That's okay. That's okay. These are not traditional dances. These are created dances. So it's okay. I want you to enjoy, because the music's very nice, but it's not brought by immigrants. It was created here in the United States.
And these are your dances. Yes, they are your dances. Of course.
Inshmanai means, how could I have known? It's a love song. How could I have known that you were leaving? Inshmanai,
That's why it sounds almost like somebody's crying in the music and the singing of it sounds sad to me. It's beautiful, but anyway. And then the last dance is a Bulgarian dance, Veceraj Rado. It's a Beltro-Stanev dance, and Steve Katansky has taught it quite a bit. So I've already shared my music. So let's start with Ambee Dageets.
Ambee Dageets chure kali, doshe kali paravaru. Ambee Dageets chure kali, doshe kali paravaru. Enum yarne nastasvari, ongur emasaru. Enum yarne nastasvari, ongur emasaru. Çörer zulan çöre, organiz eksarerit. Ay bak çörer zulan çöre, organiz eksarerit. Galis azum andu çörer, yar Սեղմեցե չրից գալիս անցնում հանդուճոն է Յար սեղմեցե չրից Աղջիկո յարն եկավ անցավ վարված տարված քո սիրով Աղջիկո յարն եկավ անցավ վարված տարված քո սիրով Երբաջիկ յարն եկավ անցավ չհովացավ բաղջրով Երբաջիկ յարն եկավ անցավ չհովացավ բաղջրով
Okay. Next, Armenian Misirlou. I'll just raise my hand when I switch to a different part.
Do it.
Որ գնացի Վարդեզս է ամայի Բաճարներին չասացի Որ իմանայի Չէ որ ես միշտ ներում էի կեզ ծաղիկներ Անգետ սրտով ասում էի Սիրո խոսքեր Եվ կնքշորեն շոյում էի Konur var serayıma ser İç valiner batrumeyi İç manayı Çevor yesmiş berumeyi Kez zağıkne Angel sırdo vasumeyi Siro hosker Yevkın çoren şoyumeyi Konur var serayıma ser İç valiner batrumeyi İç manayı Şader darnaçet Zağıkneroo selimset Dıxelen laten Sirenizde yedarda yirkez Gaseyi Sirus bespar buçer kosker İmser imser Arşanu isim gabereyi Kezan karam zağıkne Sırbis varkum gatoğneyi Oran çinçerken Sirenizde yedarda yirkez Gaseyi Sirus bespar buçer kosker İmser imser Arşa
بری کزان تارم زاری گنه سردیس خورکم گتاغنه خورا چین شرکه این چی مانایی این چی مانایی
Thanks for dancing with me, Sherry.
You're well done. Thank you.
Well done indeed. What a beautiful song.
Isn't it fabulous?
It really is. From the first time I heard it, it was like, wow.
Sorry. Yes.
Hint for a future party. There it is.
Thank you so much.
Sharon, thank you.
Wonderful evening.
Say thanks, Cherie, Tom. Thanks from Sharon. And actually, we're going to go over to you guys next for another set. But I have a question that was in chat.
Yeah.
There was a question in chat that said, hey, when you see a dance that starts off slow and then gets faster, is that indicative of being a stage performance or a choreography as opposed to a village dance?
Am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
No, because the immigrants usually do the same thing. It's speed up. The orchestra would speed up.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's boredom. It's definitely nothing to do with the stage.
Gotcha.
So, you know, they want to hurry up, speed it up, so it's over. I don't know what the reason is for that.
Perfect. What do you have for your last set today? We got
We start with Dzagh Bar. There's 4 of them, right, Sherry?
Yeah, I think so. Yes. Dzagh Bar is first.
Dzagh Bar means the dance going to the left. And about 20% of the Armenian dances, depending on the region, go to the left. That means the leader of the line is on the left end.
Okay.
So, and we call the leader the Bargaluch, or the Barabet, leader of the dance, or the head of the dance. And let's do, and to point out one thing, when I originally taught this, because I have a shoulder injury on my right, you can't cross. But I just want to show you very quickly, this is the original. Sherry, why don't you help me out? And it's right here like this. Is that right? Da da dee da da da da dee dee dee dee dum da da dum. So you're like, let me see, what am I going to do? I forgot how it goes. It's been so long since I did it. But you turn this way, then your arms are crossed here, then you turn all the way around. You see, we have this. Whatever we're doing, I just want to know that's originally how I taught it. Some people are here who learned it the original way. I apologize. Okay, we're ready.
Got it.
Very interesting. All the music volumes are different. Some are loud, some are not loud. Ours, a lot of them are more than half, I would say, are very, very low. And that's to do with us. So we don't know what we're doing wrong, but.
All right. Ready, Tom?
Yep. 9 times on the end. Dzagh Bar.
That's not the next one.
What's next?
It's Loree Aghcheek, right?
No, Daldala?
Oh,
Daldala-Chandrozhee.
Daldala-Chandrozhee.
In the
Okay.
rhythm of 5/4 or 5/8, and this dance comes from Detroit and that community, and it really dates back to 1923 when Aghcheek came from Van with his son Yenov, and then I studied over there for about 1978, 77. I learned many dances from Van, especially this family. So I want to thank them very much. This is
terrific.
Daldala-Chandrozhee.
Okay.
There's an example, Andoni, of the melody line. It's one melody. It goes over and over. Over and over again. That's very common with original Armenian dance.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. And as a non-musician, I love learning this stuff. Right? I said I never had musical talent, so it's great hearing about this. We have a question from Carolyn. Is Dzagh Bar? Did you learn to dance? Did you create the dance?
No, I didn't create the dance. I learned to dance. One of the dances I learned, the first part, was 1944 and 1945.
Gotcha. So, when you were 5.
Yeah. Well, 1943 I was 5. 1944 gotcha. Would be a little older, but still, those were very, very important years for me, from 1943 to 1948. Then the immigrants started passing away. So this is an original Daldala, and many people.
She was talking about. She asked about Dzagh Bar.
Dzagh Bar, no. Dzagh Bar is a dance from Armenia, and it's from an ensemble in Kirovakan, Armenia's 3rd largest city. And I learned that there in 1974. Dzagh Bar.
And then Sandy Mazer asks, is Laz Bar one of your dances?
Laz Bar is an important explanation to Laz Bar because Laz is the name of a people, an ethnic group in the Black Sea, especially from Trabzon north, going northeast. And there are many people, they're called Hemshin or Hamshin. Ham, short for Hamo, was an Armenian leader in the 7th century BC AD who moved his people to the Black Sea because better money-making, more availability, good fish industry. A lot of dancers are shaky, very shaky dancers from the Black Sea, and they became fishermen. And so Laz is the name of a people who were there when the Armenians came. The Laz people have a language that's very similar to the Algerian language, which is one of those republics, autonomous regions in Georgia, and have the same costumes. And that's why the dancers are very lively because of the fish industry.
Ah, gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And now we're off to Loree Aghcheek.
Loree Aghcheek, a created dance, created by me.
About when?
when did I teach it first? When I got back from Armenia in 1975.
Wow.
When I created it.
Great.
The rhythm is 6/4. Rhythm is a very unique rhythm to that region, 6/4.
Okay, here we go.
done that in probably 10 years.
And I was influenced by the old choreographic school. So it's one of the dances I was required to put together. And then this recording, of course, with my orchestra. And this is typical from Loree, which is a region in northern Armenia near the Georgian border.
Gotcha. Thank you. Let's see. Coming up next, we have Sepo.
Okay.
Sepo is in a group of dances that we did with the Beejo. Remember those swinging arm dance, Beejo?
Yeah.
This is Sepo. And it's short for Sepastatsee Bar. Sepastatsee Bar.
Oh, okay.
The dance has been, the city name has changed to Savas. Savas. During our time, it was Sepastia.
Okay. Here we go.
You got it.
That's your
Wowzer.
And my friend, that Sepo is one of many steps. So many steps. We learned 2 of those from 1943, and I kept them. Now we go to the Sulemanee, another dance from Van.
I don't know if they want us to do that one now.
Oh, we definitely want you to do it, but first, can we meet Can we meet Edgar?
Yes.
Yes, let me go get him.
You got it.
You want to see Edgar?
Oh, heck yeah. We're so friends. For you guys who are come for a while, is that, but it's like we met Edgar during our planning meetings, and it's like, oh, little love at first sight with.
All right, Edgar, you got to do some singing and talking. I'm depending on you.
Okay, this is Edgar, and you can kind of guess how old he is.
How could we guess?
Just take a stab at it.
He was born in 89.
Close. Not quite, though.
84, right?
83.
I was thinking Edgar Winter for the name.
He's 41 years old. Edgar, you're going to sing Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Dear Edgar. Happy birthday to you. You want to sing anything else? You want to turn around and look at the audience, huh? Edgar, is that good? Edgar could say whenever he's ready to go sleep, he goes, I'm going to go night-night. Whenever he's hungry, he goes, I'm hungry, time for dinner.
Yeah.
You want to say any of that, Edgar? Huh? How about singing I Left My Heart in San Francisco? I left my heart in San Francisco. It cost me. He can sing the whole thing, but I'm not. What else you want to sing, Edgar? Huh? What else? Uh-oh. And then he says, sometimes he calls bird brains. He calls us bird brains. He's the bird brain.
Yeah, he says you, bird brain.
Huh? You want to talk? You want to say anything else? You have anything else to say? Huh? Are you hungry? Is that good? Edgar, is that good?
When we were dancing, he's watching from the other room, and he was doing his little dance on his perch. When we dance together, he counts for us. He goes,
Really? Oh.
2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right,
I
Edgar?
am just busted up. That is just
And he loses feathers, and we save the feathers. And there's a lady in Maui, Hawaii, and we're taking the feathers to her, and she's going to make something for us, like a purse or something with all the feathers. So we're looking forward to that. They have the fire over there, so it kind of changed our plans.
So, Adoni, when we got our dance studio, we also inherited 3 cats. So we have 3 cats that live at the dance studio, or studio cats.
Mm-hmm.
And their names are Little Cat. She's like the prima donna. And then there's the twins. We call them Coco and Yum Yum. And they've all been adopted. They were strays.
Oh, how wonderful is that? Thank you for that great story. Oh.
Say Edgar. Say bye-bye later, Edgar. Bye-bye later.
See you later, Edgar.
Bye-bye.
All right. Go bye-bye later. What's the dance we're going to do now? I forgot.
Sulemanee-Kerdze?
That's exactly right. Good pronunciation. And Suleiman was the governor of that area and used to come once a month to collect taxes, and they liked him. And a song evolved. You wonder how these dances evolve. You know, what do you call them?
How they evolved?
Yeah, how they evolved. Somebody could take a walk to the field. He walks the same direction. And they don't walk without singing. So to create a rhythm, let's say shepherd, he'll walk and he'll go the same path. And he could step on the same step a little higher, which breaks his rhythm. And so maybe a different rhythm, not straight. We all walk in 2/4. All our rhythms are in 2/4 because that's the way we walk. But there are breaks in those rhythms, and there's explanations for them. One of them is that explanation where he walks and he takes the steps, one big step larger, and maybe then that develops into a 9/8 rhythm. He walks, he walks, he walks, and he steps. He walks, he walks, he walks, and he steps. And hold it to evolve into a 9/8. It could be the rhythm of a spinning wheel. Chaka-taka-cha, chicka-chicka-choom, chicka-cha, chicka-chicka-cha, chicka-cha, chicka-chicka-choom. And that's in 5/8. And it goes on and on. All the explanation of how they evolve. How do the steps evolve? So it's very, very difficult. Takes a whole generation to find out. We don't want to ruin those because you're going to learn a lot about those people from their dances. We don't want to screw that up. So what we know, we write. Other than that, if we don't want anything, we just shut up until we learn about it. But there's a lot of questions about some of these things. Why they dance a certain way. Why do styles develop, and on and on. So
That's fascinating.
So Sulemanee gives credit to the mayor, and then we go on to the Kerdze, which means a scratching step, and it highlights the walking, the limping dance, which is called Tsaghkadz, which means temporary crippleness.
Yeah.
Musica.
Okay.
Sulemanee gives That's a typical traditional dance. Let me tell you why. One of the reasons. It doesn't fit to the music. It doesn't go, it's not concordant. The step is not concordant to the musical phrase. So that is, let's just put that. The music comes either before or after, but they're not connected. They don't fit together. So, that's six, but the dance is done differently. So we don't want to ruin that and even it up.
And even it up, absolutely.
When I teach these dances in Armenia to the state ensemble director, he changes everything so it's even. He's breaking all the rules.
Right. Oh, terrific. Well, we have 5 more dances, 4 from Tom's World that were, we told you earlier about the lightning, so we think Debbie's going to do it. So let's go to Debbie, and if Debbie fails because of the lightning, we got Sherry Cochran there as well. Hiya, Debbie. And so we're going to do 4 more of Tom's dances, then we're going to finish off with our global spotlight of Lesnoto.
Yes, we are. And by request, we're going to do Sev Acherov Aghcheek, which was my alternate dance. And I'll probably get turned around because I don't have anyone here in my room to follow, but we'll follow, Tom and Sherry on that. And I wanted to tell you, Tom, one of the reasons that I am folk dancing 50-something years later is when I moved to Corvallis, Oregon, I learned Sweet Girl, picking beans, and one of the older dancers taught me Sweet Girl. We were going down the road to the bathroom, and that led me to go join the Park and Rec group and dance and teach all these years. The very first folk dance I ever learned.
Was that in Oregon?
In Oregon, yes.
Oregon.
Wow.
Yeah.
You came to Oregon from where from?
From Texas.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's my personal first dance ever was Sweet Girl.
Wow.
We're going to start with Oee Naze, probably mispronouncing that one, which is done a lot in the Portland group that I dance with. So I'm sharing sound again, and hopefully we won't get bumped out. Here we go.
Absolutely.
Oye Naze, Naze, Naze, Oye Naze, garden gaze, şan sana vara raze, Oye Naze, Naze, Naze. Oye Naze, Naze yamaka, Oye Naze, garden gaze, Doa bohe chwamen peishkashka, Oye Naze, Naze, Naze. Dar dare mama naraka, Oye Naze, Naze, Naze. Dar dare mama naraka, Yar dan badav gilaze. Az Naze çuna dara, Oye Naze garden gaze, Tsaghkadz mina cara, Oye Naze, Naze, Naze.
Good, Debbie. You know-
Nicely done. And Debbie, I might say the reason that that's done so much in Portland is because in 2008, when Tom and Cherie came and did their festival there, that's one of the dances he taught.
Terrific. Terrific.
Is Rosemary part of our group here? Rosemary, who had the camp in at the Burnaby camp. What is that? What's the name of that area?
Lyrids, Burnaby folk dancers, yeah.
Salt Spring
Island, right?
Salt Spring, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that wasn't at Salt Spring though. That in 2008 you came to Portland and did a festival for us, for Kiklos in Portland.
And Martha Abjevitz just said she just retaught Oee Naze in her class a few weeks ago in San Diego.
Wow.
Terrific. Okay, let's go do Sev Acherov Aghcheek, one of my other favorites.
The girl with the black eye.
Sev Acherov Aghcheek, la la la la la la la la la la la. Tsaghkadz Balerov Aghcheek, la la la la la la la la la la. Brestaška Râčenica, Veceraj Rado, Yesminu Charmordaga, Imsardi Hedamichaga, Arimat Sertan Dura, Azabarov Yesegel. Gana Dzagh Bar, la la la la la la la la la la la la. Oee Daldala-Chandrozhee, la la la la la la la la la la. Aghcheekneroo Par, Gana Revisimyan, Yesira Harapatani, Yesberele Memadani, Arimat Sertan Dura, Azabarov Yesegel. la la la la, tra la la la la, tra la la la la la la la la la la la la, tra la la la la la la la la la la la la la la la la la. Aftes kid bunchu sirem, kararare vesimayan, yesira harapatani, yesberele me matani, ari batzer tanura, asabaro yesyeket, boğaşkara imahana, estanelu yemeyeket.
Good. Thank you, Deb.
Very cool.
Close. It was close. I think I only got myself twisted up without a line one time.
Absolutely.
The other dance that I wanted to do was Kafan Wedding Dance, which Tom and Cherie taught up at Large Festival, and they taught a pair of them, but I don't know the first one so well, so we're just going to do the wedding dance.
Okay.
Which we learned way back in the 70s. It's one we've been doing a long time, and also down in Eugene they do it a lot.
And Kapan is really the pronunciation is Kapan, GH, but during that time, that was Soviet Armenia. And the Russians translated it. They don't have those guttural sounds, so they made it Kapan. And that's the reason behind that. It's a very big center for copper and molybdenum in Armenia. The molybdenum, which is a volcanic material, that and copper.
Okay, here comes just the wedding dance part.
Yay!
Okay, now we have done my ankle.
There we go. Well, we're going to finish off with two spotlight dances because we want to finish off a spotlight dance with Tom and Cherie. So we're going to do Sweet Girl, and then we're going to finish off with our Lestoto. So, as the great tech team will leave Debbie and Tom and Cherie up spotlight and add in more people. Let's dance together. Then we'll finish with our Lestoto.
We did quite well. That's Andoni. All the talk we had done, and we're still on time.
We're still on time, man. It is. You know what? Before we do these dances, because we'll talk more afterwards, but some people log off right when the dance is over. Cannot thank you enough how generous you've been with working with us on the dance mix and this, and Sherry and Diana. Everybody, it's been a pleasure virtually meeting you and looking forward to meeting you in person. It's just been amazing, and you guys are rock stars.
Thank you so much for inviting us. It was a real pleasure for us. Thank you to all the leaders and Sherry for really helping us organize all this. Thank you.
Excellent. So let's do Sweet Girl, or Tom, pronounce it Serun.
Sirun.
Sirun.
Sirun, which means sweet. Aghcheek, girl.
Sirun Aghcheek. Aghcheek. Gotcha. Great.
Pronunciation, Andoni. Andoni, you speak Greek?
I used to speak fluent Greek, but after my folks passed away, next to nothing. You know, Kalispera, Karpuji, Pudiki. I got, random words in my brain.
When I tell you Pame Nachorepsume, what does it mean?
I do not know.
Pame Nachorepsume.
No idea.
Let's get ready to dance.
Oh, very nice. Here we go, friends.
Good going, you guys.
Bravo indeed. That's great.
These are old pieces. We mixed them up. A fantastic program going back almost to my beginning.
Yeah.
You know, this Sweet Girl was written by the blind oud player Udi Harant, and I taught this to, who was the guy I taught it to? The guy who used Vitz Pelias. He came with Dennis Boxell to a picnic in Fresno, and I taught him this dance, and he made it famous. Vitz made this dance famous.
There we go. Oh, that's great hearing that story.
I'm fine. I like it.
All right, so we have our closing list, no less. left is Debbie will start up. We'll all dance together. And remember, next month, this time, September 21st, Noises and Things. So we'll have another raucous party. Again, Sheree and Tom, fabulous.
Thank
Debbie,
you so much for having us.
Debbie, you got it. We'll be talking. Debbie, take us home.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to do Makedonska Devojče.
Beautiful. Sing along, everybody.
Not me.
Nema zvezdi polični od tvojite oči, da se noge na nebo benke razdeni. Da li ima novo i beli svet, poubavo devojče od Makedonče. Koga kosi raspletiš kako koprina, lična si polična od samovila. Da li ima novo i beli svet, poubavo devojče od Makedonče. Nema, neke se rodi, poubavo devojče od Makedonče. Makedonče. Nema, neke se rodi, poubavo devojče od Makedonče.
All right, have set the controls to let you unmute. We've got 4 minutes before we got to get out of here. We're going over to Paul Land and the after party, but feel free to unmute and just chat.
Camera, Kitty. Where's Tom? I'm still there. Tom,
I'm still here.
Hi, Tom. This is Deet. I don't know if you remember me, but you're a youngster compared to me. I'm 96.
Bless your heart. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Hey,
Tom.
When you were 10 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Who was that dude?
Yeah.
Pretty good looking.
Yay, Carolyn.
Look at this one.
Do you have a date on that photograph?
Oh, look
Yeah,
at
this
that
was
one.
1976. This one was 1975.
Let me see that one.
Was
Oh,
that
yeah.
Alexandru?
Sandro, me and you. I was 15.
Oh, my God, Carolyn. My God.
And then here's one of our folk dance camps. Look at all the people.
Oh my
You mean at the
gosh.
symposium?
This is our talent show.
Oh wow.
This is the one where Kalman Magyar was imitating you, Tom, and I had a bunch of seaweed put all. Remember, I got all the seaweed around his head.
That's right. And he had some seaweed on his chest.
And his chest and head, and he plucked that big plastic hair out.
Tom, would you believe we were doing Sev Acherov Aghcheek the last month, the whole month?
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Before I knew you were going to be on.
By the way, your son, such a nice person. He called me up and we had that thing together remember to celebrate something to do with you.
Oh, yeah.
What was
right.
that? He did to honor you.
Whatever. Anyway, we do your dances. Oh,
that's wonderful.
On Wednesday.
Hi,
Hi, Sherry.
Sierra Gregory.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Sherry.
Sherry's, yeah.
Well, this was fun. I loved it because you did all the ones from the 70s, and I knew them. You start doing one that you just did 2 years ago, and I was lost.
Yeah.
I like Edgar.
Oh, you like Edgar?
Oh, Edgar,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But he never gets together with the cats, does he?
No, they've never met.
It'll be a sad day in Armenia if they ever do.
I'll tell you, at 96, it has to be dancing that keeps you like this. It has to be.
And Deet is not only dancing, but I love doing after parties at camp. And Deet is 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and she's always closing down the after parties.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't have any muscular problems. You have no bone problems. You look like normal, like when you were 20.
Yeah, right.
When you were 20, I was 10. So there was a chance.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, friends, let's give a hug and say goodnight for now. Another round of applause for everybody participating, including all of you for coming to the Global Folk Dance Party, right?
Thank you.
Friends, good night. Don't forget, Tom, in September at Sherry's. We'll check out the flyer. Later on.
Let's get together and let's go. I'll take you out to an Armenian restaurant.
Oh, bam, boom.
I live close enough, Tom. Be careful.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Hey.
Bye.